All right, folks, welcome back to your weather forecast, and I hope you're getting ready for the weekend, as a lot of weather is going to not be impacting us as much, but this is the final weekend for a lot of our kids being home and out of school. So enjoy those next couple of mornings of sleeping in and heading out there and doing whatever you're going to be doing. Just do note that it's going to be pretty mild again tonight, as our temperatures are going to go over in the 50s. We'll see mostly sunny skies, and then again 48 degrees coming in at 8 and 11 p.m. And it does appear that we're going to see a clear night ahead of us, as our temperatures are going to be pretty cool out there. Our sunset is coming in at 5:16. So a beautiful evening. We may not get that beautiful sunset there in the background, but I will say that we have been seeing some nice sunsets in the past several weeks. But again, we now have it rain that's moved out of here for us, that is going to allow our area to finally dry out and get some of your mud holes dried out, so you can do some more of that four-wheeling if you got any of those as well. I talk about that a lot because our area is pretty rural in some of our regions, especially towards Franklin County and the back side of Henry County going towards Franklin County. Those avid dirt bike riders and four-wheelers, ATV people know a lot more about that than I do. So anyway, that's why I leave that to you, and I just give you the weather to say it as. Let's take a look at some of our other lows for tonight. Our temperatures are going to be steadily going in the mid-30s for a majority of us, as well as we'll see overnight lows dropping in the 30s. So a colder night is in the making. We'll have a west wind out there, so that'll be noticeable. Something to keep in mind, but nothing terrible. We're going to have extreme wind chills coming up in the forecast. So other than that, a partly to mostly clear night is in the making. Our temperatures from Ararat towards Woolwine and Stewart are going to remain in the near freezing. Other than that, nothing to be complaining about. Our friends here in the city of Martinsville, as well as Ridgeway and Oak Level, mid-30s, and again up towards Rocky Mount, those regions are going to be in the mid to low 30s and upper 30s up towards Boone's Mill, just outside of the Roanoke Valley. So something you've probably been noticing over the last several nights is that we, yes, here in the city do get cold, and also our friends towards the northern part of Rocky Mount and Roanoke also do get a little bit warmer, thanks to what they like to call its escaping of the atmosphere. I can't think of what urban heat island effect. Basically what that means, tall skyscraper buildings. You know, we're not like New York City or LA, but it's mostly those metal comprised buildings compresses that heat. And what ends up happening with that heat has nowhere else to go, and so it just kind of hovers over like a bubble, if you think about that in a dome. So if you've ever been to a football stadium or any dome kind of appearing with that, explains why it's a lot warmer, not just because you're around hundreds of people, but again, it does go to show you that our temperatures can vary from wherever you are located. We're going to switch on over now to our everybody's favorite, is the ranking forecast. And this all came about, you know, I've done the ranking forecast before, but again, a big shout out to Denver Murray, who is out there in Denver, Colorado, who ironically said he does this on his forecast graphics, and he said, let me do it with yours. I said, all right, go ahead and go for it. And so he's the mind maker of our graphics, as you do see each and every day. 52 tomorrow, a lot of sunny skies comes into play. We'll see finally a near normal day that is in the making for us. So if you've been complaining about how cold it's been, or if you've been wanting it to get near what winter's like, you are going to be in a-okay shape, just because of how nice and cool our temperatures are going to be. So an overnight low of 30, giving it an 8 out of 10 tomorrow. There'll be a west-northwest breeze. Switching gears now to our other area daytime high temperatures. As you're making any plans on your final Friday for our students who are home for break right now, do note, yes, we're going to see near normal temperatures. Ararat coming in at 50, 49 Woolwine. Same story in Boone's Mill and Rocky Mount, 51 both Oak Level and Ferrum, 52 here in the city, 53 in Ridgeway, and a cool 49 degrees there in the part of beautiful Woolwine. Again, breezy at times, as we're going to have some much colder air, or I guess cooler air, we'll call it that, because we've been stuck in the 60s. And yes, it has been oppressively humid over the last couple of mornings. So you really have not been hallucinating on how warm or how warmer the air is in the atmosphere, thanks to that humidity that is staying into effect. But again, a beautiful sunny days in the making for everybody out there. So do note that we are going to see a plentiful sunny day. We're going to switch on gears now to the weekend, as a lot of you all are getting prepared to do anything and going to look beyond next week. So we will see our temperatures starting to warm back up near 50 degrees for our Saturday. We'll see considerable cloudiness for a majority of us. So if you're doing anything Saturday, do know that I'm not expecting any widespread rain showers, but it is going to be pretty warm, or normal, let's call it that, because this cool air is going to settle in for Sunday. So if you have anything on Saturday, maybe a sprinkle or shower there possible, maybe even a snow flurry up towards our friends towards Patrick County and Woolwine to see that. And most overnight lows are going to be dipping into the 30s once again. So finally feeling like what it needs to be for the month of January. Showers are likely Sunday. We'll get above freezing. Now, there's a little bit of a possibility, if you've been seeing some of these computer model runs spitting out all over social media, some are saying we may have a wintry mix. Others may say we may have a little bit of an icing event. So yes, our temperatures are, as of this now, will be above freezing. But again, the potential is there for just a little bit of some sleet and some snow pellets mixing in. But I'm not expecting any widespread snow event for us, but more of a cold, overcast, rainy Sunday. So if you're heading out to church, maybe some of you are heading back to school, getting ready for Monday, I got a nice forecast for you. I'm going to give us an A+ because it's near normal. It's a mix of sun and clouds, and we're going to see very dry conditions. So maybe if you have any plans to do any recess outdoors, have a light jacket with you. Don't have no heavy overcoat with you. But again, early in the morning there on Monday, we'll see those temperatures near freezing, and then again, we'll gradually kind of get back near double nickels, 55, as I like to describe that as well. So not a bad, good weekend forecast. Now, I will say, 2 weekends ago, remember how frozen we were? This is a whole lot better forecasting single digits than that right there in wind chills below zero. So a very nice and warm weather forecast compared to where we were about 2 weeks ago for Christmas. And again, we had the rain for New Year's weekend, and now we're going to see the sunshine come back for us for the start of the first full week of 2023 in January. Now, we're going to switch gears just a little bit and kind of edify you on some things. Maybe our avid bugs, I cannot think of what you're called, but the people that study bugs do know that you have probably been seeing stink bugs. You are not hallucinating. Yes, we also have ladybugs out there. And what is causing all of this is that we've got a lot of warm weather that has kind of sparked us. And you see there, our temperatures have been pretty warm, to say the least. And this is due to the temperature swings. And they come more frequently in the spring, and they do it later in the fall than they do the winter and summer months. So what happens with that, once the temperature is just right enough for it to hit the degree mark when the stink bugs do come out, they will come out and put on a show for us, to say the least. So just do know that those stink bugs are not something you're seeing out of the air, but it is something that it's not unusual to see for this time of the year, but it's kind of unique to say, just because we do have a lot of those warm weather that is sticking around due to the temperature swings here and about. So if you have stink bugs, I don't have a remedy to get rid of stink bugs. Let us know. We would love to share those recipes or those remedies you have for stink bugs getting out of our area. Just do know that we will see those warmer temperatures begin to wrap up too. So, and finally, before we do wrap up here, our producer tells me I've got just a few more notes I want to quickly run by you. Yes, for the rest of the month of January, I do want to let you know we're going to remain near normal. After tomorrow, we'll have some cold weather that's going to move on in, and we need to keep a close eye for mid to late month. Right now, there are some things that are not set in stone just yet, but there's something that I need to quickly start paying attention to as we get closer to mid-month. So have an enjoyable weekend. Take care. We'll be right back for more great local programs.